We'll start with coordinate geometry, class 9. So it's an easy topic. Let's look into it. So first we'll understand what is Cartesian system. Okay, coordinate geometry, what is Cartesian system? The Cartesian system is a system for describing the position of a plane, of a point in a plane. A point is located by referring two perpendicular lines in a Cartesian system. The x-axis is the horizontal line x bar, right? So x dash or x-axis. So here we have, this is x dash, right? This line, okay, the horizontal line, and we have y dash, which is the vertical line. So what is the idea here? The idea here is that to find a point, we need two lines. For example, let's say we have a paper, okay, and I'm keeping a point on a paper. Okay, on a paper, I'm just putting a point. Okay, where is this point? Now, if you want to tell me the location of this point, we're playing a game. Let's say I'm plotting a point. We need to make the exact same point. How do I do it? Without showing me the paper, you have to tell me where I should plot my point. So what would I do? I'll be telling, okay, from the long edge, that is, this is the long edge, right? From the long edge, take how much centimeters? Let's say 5 centimeters away. So you had a scale, 5 centimeters away from the long edge, right? And now you're going to tell me, okay, 8 centimeters away from the short edge, right? So this will intersect at this point, right? That point will tell me, yes, it is 5 centimeters away from the long edge and 8 centimeters away from the short edge. That is how I'm able to find the point on the paper. The same way for Cartesian system, it works the same way. We have to find the point, right? Okay. So how do we find the point? Very simple. We use the axis, right? Using the axis, we are able to find the points. Okay. Now let's look into the different ideas here. What is the intersecting? These two lines intersect at a point. That point is called the origin, or O, right? So it is the place where the horizontal, that is where the horizontal and the vertical axis lines intersect. All right. So here positive directions are OX and OY. So here X and OY are positive direction. These are positive direction. So when we go towards the right and when we go towards up, it is positive. When we go towards down and towards the left, it is negative, right? So OY dash and OX bar is negative directions. Okay, we'll understand more about this. So if you plot the numbers, plot the points 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be positive from O to X, right? From O to X, it is positive. From O to Y, it is positive, right? So we can divide this entire plane into 4 different quadrants. What are the 4 quadrants? We have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. How is the naming? The naming is anti-clockwise. Please remember, 1 comes, then towards the left hand side, we have 2, and below 3, 4. So the entire naming is anti-clockwise. The plane is divided into 4 sections by the X and Y axis. The quadrants are the 4 sections. It means 1/4. A quadrant is what? A 1/4 of the section. 1/4, 1 part of 4 parts, right? 1 out of 4, right? So that is a quadrant. Are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 in anti-clockwise order from OX. The Cartesian plane, also known as the coordinate plane. So we can say Cartesian plane or coordinate plane. Both are the same. Okay. Or the XY plane comprises these X axis, Y axis, and quadrants. These axes are also called coordinate axis. So the X axis and Y axis are called coordinate axis. O is the origin. Okay. So here, what is this plus plus, right? We'll look into this plus plus, minus minus, and plus minus. Easily we'll understand here. So that is about plotting the point. So how do we plot a point? So like I explained in the paper, right, with the paper, suppose I have a point at A. Okay, where is A? A is at a distance of X from the Y axis. Distance of X from the Y axis, right? Okay, so that is X. What is X value? X value is the abscissa. X value is called abscissa. So what is abscissa? Abscissa is the distance from the Y axis. Distance from the X axis is called the ordinate or the Y value. Okay, that is called the ordinate or the Y value. X coordinate and Y coordinate values, right? We represent them as ordered pair. We write it as X comma Y. So any point in the plane using an ordered pair of numbers, we can point them. Point A is represented as an ordered pair. It's called an ordered pair X comma Y, where X is the abscissa and Y is the ordinate. So we also call them X coordinate and Y coordinate. Okay. As we learn more, I'll tell you how to easily remember the word abscissa, ordinate, and such. So here we have, how do we plot these points. Let's plot points in different quadrants. How many quadrants are there? There are 4 quadrants. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, right? And we have the third quadrant, right? Third quadrant is right here. So we have the first, second and third, then fourth. These are the 4 quadrants that we have. Okay, so let's try to plot these points. So the first quadrant, we have x coordinate and y coordinate. What is the x coordinate? If you look into that point, the green point, 4, 2. 4 is the x coordinate, right? 4 is the x coordinate. And what is the y? Y coordinate? It is 2, correct? So x coordinate is 4, so easy way to remember this, if you're plotting it, what is the x value? 4. Okay, it is at 4. So first you'll write x then y, right? X comma y, that is the ordered pair. Always write first x then y. So if you're writing x first, what is the x coordinate value? Just look down below, we have 4, then we have 2 here, right? So 4 comma 2, that's easy to remember. But the definition is different, which I'll be explaining soon. So we have 4 comma 2. What about the next one? The next one is 2 comma 3, right? So 2 comma 3 is right here. If you look carefully, the x coordinate value is 2, right? And the y coordinate value is 3. So it is 2 comma 3. So yes, it is 2 comma 3. What about the next one? What about the blue one, light blue one? The light blue, if you look carefully, we have minus signs here, right? Towards the left direction, it is negative sign. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So we have minus 1 where? In the x coordinate, right? So x coordinate is minus 1 and we have 4 in the y coordinate. So minus 1 comma 4. Similarly, third quadrant, let's look. Both are negative, right? Both directions are negative. So we have minus 3 comma minus 4. See, minus 3 comma minus 4. Fourth quadrant, let's look at it. X value is x value. You can't say x value, you have to say x coordinate. X coordinate is what? 3, right? And we have minus 2. So 3 comma minus 2, right? 3 comma minus 2, that is the value, right? So 3 comma minus 2, y, because that is a y coordinate. So x coordinate comma y coordinate. Easy to remember? Yes. Okay. So let's try to plot few more points. Point 3 comma 2 is 3 units away from the positive y axis. So we'll try to understand this further. 3 comma 2, where is 3 comma 2? We have 3 and we have 2. If point 3 comma 2 is 3 units away from the y axis and 2 units away from the positive x axis. So I'll just plot this and you'll get a better idea of how they're saying it, how they're representing it. Okay. So let's say we have 3 comma 2, we have 3 here and 2 here. This is 3 comma 2. Well, I'll just draw a rough one, small. Okay. So we have 3 here and 2 here. Okay. Let's say it's somewhere here. This is 3 comma 2. Okay. So 3 comma 2 means what? It is 3 units away from what? The positive y axis, right? 3 units away from here. This is the 3 units away from what? Here it is showing 3 means what? Here it is showing 3 means it is 3 units away from the vertical axis, away from the y axis, right? The same way, what about the point 3 comma 2 is 2? 2 represents what? 2 represents the y coordinate. So that means what? That is, it is 2 units away from the x axis, right? It is 2 units away from the x axis. That's how it is represented. So when it is, what is 3? 3 is the x coordinate. It is called the abscissa, right? So what is abscissa? Abscissa means, we have learned, I'll just show back. Abscissa is what? Abscissa is the distance from the y-axis. If you look carefully, see the x is what? The distance from the y-axis. So you can write like that. What is abscissa? Abscissa is the distance from the y-axis. Okay, so I can write distance from, please write this down, distance from y-axis, right? Okay, that is the what? That is the x coordinate or the x value. Easy for you to remember, but don't x value. Okay, x coordinate. Easy, right? Okay. Now what about the y coordinate? This is the y coordinate, the 2, right? 2 means what? Distance from the, it is written as ordinate. I'll show the figure again. It is written as ordinate, which is the distance from the x-axis, right? It is the distance from the x-axis. Yes. So this is easy to remember. Yes, it is very easy to remember, right? So it is called the ordinate or the y coordinate. Here it is x coordinate or abscissa, right? So let's try to understand this further. Now let's look into the different points that are plotted as of yet. Okay, we look into all the different points that are there. So we have minus 2 comma 3. Where is minus 2 comma 3? Let's look. Minus 2 is here and 3. So if it is minus 2 comma 3, it will be somewhere here. Okay, here it was plotted minus 2 comma 4. That is fine. So if it is minus 2 comma 3, where is minus 2 comma 3? It's here, right? This is minus 2 comma 3. Okay, this is the top one is minus 2 comma 4. We have minus 1 comma minus 1. How do we plot minus 1 comma minus 1? You can see different points can be plotted the same way. Let's try minus 1 comma minus 2. So it'll be minus 1 here. X coordinate is minus 1 and we have minus 2. So minus 1 comma minus 2, right? And 2 comma minus 3. Where is 2 comma minus 3? 2 is here positive and 3 is minus. So 2 comma minus 3 is somewhere here. This will be 2 comma minus 3, right? 2 comma minus 3. That's how we plot it. It's very simple to plot. You can look into the different points here and try to understand how these values are. Okay. All right.